Attention students, the Jabroni University Network is now in session. Please make your way to class.
Rat chaser. Rat chaser. Rat chaser. Rat chaser. Rat chaser.
Oh, yeah, it's the Chaser Brothers podcast after dark. I'm the son of Rad. I'm the son of Rad Chaser, and with me is the man of the hour who reads Nintendo Power, the cat who's all that, the bionic commando in Orlando, and the gamer who should come with a disclaimer. His name is...
Rat chaser.
Hello, it's me, Rad Chaser. Happy Mario Day, everybody. I hope you're enjoying your funny voices.
People
from
think
both
it's
of us.
really weird when we hang out with each other. They say our voices are very, very different.
They're very sensual.
I, for example, enjoy puzzles and having fun. You enjoy the ladies.
I enjoy banging power blocks. That's what I call the ladies.
Oh, Mar10.
Mamma mia. Welcome to podcasting at night. It's a different animal. It's a different beast. I think I like it.
We've long since stopped caring about anything that happens.
No.
End of
It's
our
its
day.
own-
End of our day. End of our ropes.
All bets are off. Anything goes after dark. So it's Mario Day. It's March 10th for the uninitiated. It's a reason and a cause to celebrate all things Mario, and furthermore, all things Nintendo. Mario is now 40 years old. He's older than a lot of you listening.
Yep.
Once again, it is a retro video game podcast, so that is to be expected.
It's okay. It speaks to the longevity of Mario. You know, and like you said, I mean, he's not just a character. I mean, he's synonymous with video games. Like, there's
Sure.
that just is what it is.
Go play your Nintendo.
Yeah, go play your
But it's a
Mario.
set-
Go play your Mario Brothers.
Right.
Mom's Sega doesn't have Mario Brothers on it. What am I? Why am I buying this stuff? I don't
It's a
know.
Nintendo. They're all Nintendos.
I just
play a
got you that
Nintendo.
Nintendo. What do you mean it doesn't play Mario?
There's no Mario.
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 No Mario Kart, Tony Jr. I mean it. I'm on a
I
surprise
never heard
thing.
no Mario. What's that blue hedgehog?
Oh,
Hedgehog.
and voice impersonations. Cue up next segment. So yeah, we've been around for a minute. We were, for as long as Mario has been around, we've been kicking it with our boy on our Nintendos.
Yeah. Some of my earliest video game memories involve Mario, and hanging out with the son of Rad Chaser, playing those games. I'm the older brother. He's the younger brother, and it's funny how, I'm sure everyone has this story where it's like, well, the younger sibling has to be player 2. That's just the way. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, but I think that naturally happens because it's like, okay, I know how to control everything, and the first player does have to, control things to a degree. So
Sure.
It's easier to lead that way.
Sure. So, I don't know. I feel like I don't remember much fighting over who gets to be player 1, but I'm sure that happened. What else do I remember? I do famously remember playing original Super Mario Brothers and telling you that there was, an extra life, a 1-up, down this hole, the pit, you know.
The very first pit in the game.
And naturally, you know, you were
Because
thinking, well,
I love you and trust you. So why would you sabotage me?
why would I lead you astray? I'll tell you why. For the lulz.
It's funny talking about it now, but I do and have always hated you for that.
You got. Nobody likes to get got.
No,
That I can understand.
do you wonder if well balanced people with loving parents if they're sitting there doing things like, I'm gonna think of a way to be mean to this person that I'm bigger and stronger than for the lulz.
It's hard to say because first off, I never had that, so I couldn't tell you, couldn't speak to it.
Yeah.
Second off, I don't know. Like, say we're adults and you're playing a game like Mario Party. Friendships have been destroyed over this this game. That Mario Kart. It's speaking of Mario related stuff.
No, listen, weak friendships will be sorted out and destroyed. True friendships will be galvanized and wrought in iron and steel. AKA, this is the caliber of player I'm going to play against, and everyone else can kick rocks. You will get obliterated.
For sure. And it's like there's, normally it's good-spirited fun, but yeah, there's definitely, there's always somebody in the mix who's like, they're a sore loser, or, you start rubbing it in their face too much and, tables get flipped.
Yeah, you become a bad winner, and that can also be bad.
Oof, right. So, famously, I don't know if famously, but, the son of the son of Rad Chaser, I remember you telling me he can only take so much pummeling before he starts to get raging.
Yeah. So we bought our first family Mario Party over at the Son of Chaser household when Jay Chaser was about 7. Okay, so the frontal lobe, which governs rationale, like being the ability to reason, doesn't develop fully until you're past 8 years old. Basically, 7 is when it starts to develop, and so children have this anxiety about winning and losing games, and so what happens is they get into a real bad state when they are minnows swimming with sharks, basically. And yes, it is easy to mercilessly slaughter a child at Mario Party, but
it's necessary, really.
but the thing is like they can't reason that out, and so what happens is they have a bad reaction. And I know this sounds counterintuitive, but we started implementing a policy where we go, hey, do you want us to let you win, or do you want us to actually try? And a lot of the time is like, I want you to let me win. Okay, it's a game. It's meant to be fun. And the thing is what that ends up doing, even though it does sound counterintuitive, is that everyone ends up having a good time. The kid knows he's going to win, so the pressure to win is off. So that's part of it. You don't have to deal with a kid who's going off the deep end because he's not winning. And that is sort of the thing. What children do is when they're playing, they're the boss. That's the rule. That's the rule that you follow to make everyone happy. And kids like to reinvent the rules as they go, either because it suits their need to win, or whatever. And so it's fine. Because then I say let them do it because their brain starts going, all right, how can I really start just changing the rules to make it impossible to beat me? And this is good. This is good. I like this. So nowadays, Jay Chaser's almost 10. We played with Bonesaw's son recently, and Bonesaw's son is the age Jensen was when we were like, we gotta shelf this game because this is you get way too bent out of shape playing this game. And so we were watching this happen all over again, and even old Jay Chaser's like, hey buddy, it's all right, it's just a game, because he is nice and cares about people who are younger than he is, and I don't think he'd ever tell Lucy there's a one up in the pit. Sure.
Well, he's nice about it because he's used to winning all the time. And if old Chaser ever came over to the house and we had this rule going on, what was it? Just let him win at all costs.
No, first you ask, but let's humor your scenario. Okay, do you want to win? Do you want to win this conversation? You say yes, so I will allow you to invent as many rules as you want to tell me what you're gonna do.
Absolutely. Anything goes. You state your rules, whatever you think you can dream up in your head. And I think about everybody will follow those rules and let you win, except for me. I'm not going to tell you that, but I will be a wild card, and I will say I will destroy you. I'll pummel you, and mercilessly, and it will be like, oops, sorry, I slipped. Oh, oops, I forgot the rules. And now I know some of you might think that's a little dastardly, a little underhanded, a little, whatever. But, I, as well as you, Son of Chaser, we came up in an era where, well, first off, we came up in an era where I told you there was an extra life in the pit. And then, probably had a good laugh about it.
You might have. I don't remember. I just remember crying because I was betrayed.
It was a time where it was okay to laugh at your sibling even then while they're crying, and that's just, what? You suck. And that puts a little grit on your teeth. It puts a little, it makes you hard. It makes you hard. And in video games, especially like Mario Party and the like, Mario Kart, even I would say Mario Kart might be even worse. Although they're both tough because anything could happen at any time. Like Mario Party, you could be winning, you could have all the stars in the world, and within the last 2 or 3 things, that could all be taken from you.
Yeah, but bonus
Bowser,
stars.
Anybody. Anything could happen. So, I mean, that sucks because it is a game of chance. There's some skill involved. But, it could all be taken away. It could all go away tomorrow.
This is what'll get you. You sit there lording your stars over, and then the other 3 people conspire against you, and they dismantle you.
Yeah. And that's, look, back to being a sore winner. It's like, listen, if I'm winning, I'm going to let you know that you're no good. And I'm going to let you know that you're a garbage player for sure. Am I going to keep doing it and I'm going to see you getting riled up? I'm not going to do that. And you already have to live with, the fact that you're no good. And that's enough. And that's enough for me.
You 7-year-old boy, you.
Correct.
coming from a grown man.
Daddy, Uncle Chaser's not letting me win.
So that's why Uncle Chaser doesn't ever come over to the house.
That's why Uncle Chaser's not allowed to play Mario Party anymore.
Yeah, that's why Uncle Chaser has to stay 50 feet away from the house at all time.
From the console. Is there a game for you that that is like that. You're so good. It's like there's no point in anybody trying to play you.
I feel very strongly that way about Dr. Mario, although Dr. Mrs. Son of Chaser has caught me slipping from time to time. She can beat me, and sometimes it's like sometimes she'll just get into a rhythm and I had this one stretch where it was just like 3 days where I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore, man. I was like,
Oh, like she's
I was like,
got you.
I think I've lost it.
made you doubt yourself.
But the other game for me though is Archon, and is that game obscure? Yes. Will I make anytime the console comes out, and there's another person to play that game with, will I make them play me? Yes. Will I obliterate them? Absolutely. It's a thing that I grab out because, it's like, I know I can win it. I'm going to do it in the most embarrassing fashion because what I will do is doesn't matter what side I'm on, but like the whole front row, the rank and file, just the knights that have like barely any energy and they can't shoot projectiles. First thing I'll start doing is I'll start attacking their strongest guys, and because the way the timing of the attacks, because you can't just spam, you just can't spam the fire button or whatever. It's you shoot and it makes this little blip noise, and then that lets you know that you can shoot again. And so, like, I know that because I've played the game a bunch of times. But if you're sitting there trying to figure out the controls, you got a full-powered dragon. I'm just sitting there stabbing it to death with a little freaking butter knife. And I pull that out because I just like to see the frustration on Bonesaw's face.
Wow. I mean, look, I think, you know what I think this is? This is a result of you getting pummeled and being told that there's extra lives down a pit. Back when you were just a baby chaser. You know, you've now taken that and you've put it inside and you let it boil up. You let it bubble up for a good, a couple of decades. It's a
lot more sinister.
Right. What you're describing is you're not even giving them instruction on how to do it. You're not saying, "Hey, here's this game. Here's how to play."
Right. Here,
I'm going to give you.
This is a fun game, and then then you've lost $30,000, and you're giving me the pink slip to your car.
Right.
Just a friendly game.
Right. You're a shark. Oh, you guys want to play some video games? Sure. Let me just pick a random one off the shelf here. Archon. That one sounds weird, right? Let's try that one.
Right.
Oh, it's kind of like chess. Kind of like Chess Master.
Yeah, it's what it looks like. Hey, why do you know what sound all these? No, I'm just.
Because I'm an artist. Hey, Chaser, why do you know the sounds too? Well, we're both autists. It's fine. Now listen, I haven't played Archon versus you. I haven't played that against you in a long time. And look, you've been yapping about that game for a couple of weeks. And when you came up here, you pulled it out specifically out from the rack and NES games. I should have snagged it.
Listen, because I'm planting seeds to make you go like, hey, you know what? We should play this game. It will be fun. And then you wouldn't have been ready for the inevitable murder that would have ensued.
It'll be fine. Look, I'll play that against you. I'll play Dr. Mario. We'll do them both in one day. We'll get them both out of the way.
That's fine. I mean, you asked
but I
me.
do have a.
You asked me the question. What game do you not even bother with because you can't be beat?
Sure, I do have a. If we do it, I do have a couple of maybe requests or ground rules.
Oh, okay. So you want to make up some rules to tilt the game in your favor? Go on.
Yeah, I would like to be able to win.
Okay. I'll let you win.
First request. Okay. And I think that's it. And I'll make the rest up as I go along to suit whatever it is, my needs are.
And now I'm going to make a request. I request that
Speak.
I request that you remember all those things you said you were going to secretly plan to do in your head, and then remember them as I'm doing them to you when I told you that I wouldn't.
A psychological game of warfare from the son of Rad Chaser.
Mario Day, huh?
How about that Mario? Yeah.
It gets real weird. It gets real weird here after dark.
Sure.
Okay, but I want to talk about Mario because Mario's worth talking about. But first, I want to say if you're a new sub, thanks for subbing. If you're listening to the podcast, listen. I know that if you're anything like me, listen. I'm gonna listen to this podcast for 19 minutes, and if I'm not thanked for being here, I'm out. And now we're past the 21-minute mark, so you're not hearing this. But in case you did, thank you for subscribing. You're the lifeblood of the channel. You're the gazelle, man. Not me.
You are definitely a real one out there. Subscriber, listener, caster, chaser. You're a junior chaser. I mean, you're definitely a junior chaser if you're here. So
the Junior Chaser's
we both
Guidebook.
appreciate it.
We jot that down. We're gonna have to make that into a thing.
That's a pretty good idea. The Junior Chaser's Guidebook. Okay, so
rule number 1: buy high, sell low.
Right. Rule number 2: ask if you'll let everybody else let you win whatever game you're playing.
Hey, look, all I know is when you let a little kid win, everyone has a good time, and if you don't, then nobody has a good time. So I think that's a good enough reason right there. And look, he always had the option to be like, no, I want you to try. Did he ever do it in a video game? No, but I remember at least one time we were playing Sorry, and he was like, okay, I want you guys to try. And Sorry is the exact kind of game where it's like you can be doing really great and then you get S'd into B really quick.
Sure.
And it doesn't help when every time you're maliciously doing something you go, "Oh, sorry." I'm so sorry that I did that.
I was going to ask, I mean, has he ever, been a sore winner and started rubbing it in your face and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to trounce you now.
Yeah, not, and that's a different conversation. But yeah, he has done that, and we have to be like, hey, we're not going to play this game with you anymore because we don't like how you act when you're winning. And that's how you curtail that behavior. Well, I want to keep winning this game, or I want to keep playing because I know I can win this game, but I want to keep playing. So what?
I will curtail it by slicing you down. I won't even say it. You'll never see it coming. Swear to mama. On God.
Yeah, but
no cap.
But see you just end back up in the first thing, and now it's a double infraction because 1, you're beating him when you said you let him win. 2, now you've lied to him, and that's
that's why Chaser doesn't have any children.
It's okay, it's all right. Listen, it's son of listen, I promise you're gonna be like Chaser, son of Chaser, your son of you. Son of Chaser, you did all right.
Son of Chaser, you did all right. With your grandson, I guess they're grandsons of Chaser.
And I mean, for all I know, maybe an old Chaser's dome. Maybe you're thinking, I wish someone would have taken the trouble to do that for me. Nobody asked me how I felt about anything. Boomer parents are the freaking worst.
Yeah, indeed.
And look, all you and I do is talk about our feelings. So jot that down.
Right.
Thanks,
They don't
thanks
have-
for joining. Thanks for thanks for subscribing to the YouTube channel, everyone. It's like we came from a broken home, and we came from a broken home because either one of us to a man will be like, it wasn't that bad, and that's Listen, people don't, you don't have to be Goodwill Hunting. People don't have to be putting, cigars out on you and hitting you with wrenches because fuck them. Your life doesn't have to be you screaming no into the heavens. But
Look, was it the worst? Could it have been worse? Sure. Was it our own version of not the best time? Yes. That's fine. Welcome to the Chaser Brothers Therapy Hour, where we talk about our feelings for 45 minutes and video games for 10 minutes.
I mean,
How
look.
about that Mario?
Yeah. How about that, Mario? We're going to talk about our feelings for a couple more minutes. So you and I have had this conversation before, but now we're going to have it on tape. So
What's tape, Grandpa?
yeah, it's it's the physical version of YouTube. It's the physical version of podcasts. Okay, so I realized that I use video games as a form of escapism. And so because I did that, I have a lot of fond memories for video games, and I can really tie them into key points in my life. And and thereby being able to go, okay, I remember, I know this game came out in this year because I was doing this at this time, so I know this is when it came out. I told
Gotcha.
Dr. Mrs. Son of Chaser all of this, and she's like, oh, you were definitely using video games as escapism. So, if you don't feel like anyone's there for you, Rad Chaser is there for you. The son of Rad Chaser is there for you. And the best parent of all, television, will always be there for you.
All right, and if we're not there for you, video games will be there for you.
Yeah, and the
Because
best
if
thing,
we're not there for you,
yeah.
we probably are playing video games.
Yeah, and you could see us on your TV. So, as one big happy chasing family.
Do you need a hug? Do you need a word of encouragement? We will give it to you.
Come give me a hug.
Come sub to the channel.
I'm gonna press the transition button now.
Okay.
Red Chaser.
Now
So-
we'll talk about Mario games.
So the PS3 had an update recently.
Never mind. Let's talk about that.
Right, you wanted the transition. Moving forward, when you play the transition noise, I say the transition, or you say the transition. Well, I guess that's what you're trying to do.
Did it really have an update?
You
Do
tried
I-
to transition back. Yeah. PS3 had an update. That's what I was trying to look up. I heard about it, but then I tried to look it up before we started rolling.
Well, that's great. That means if I turn my PS3 on, I'll have a little update to look forward to.
19 years after its release. Yeah, I don't know. It's something to do with being able to either download games or play games or something. I don't have all the facts, and that's what I wanted to look up before I started chatting. But it has an update.
Listen, it would have been better if you had had all the facts. However, that segue was too tantalizing not to pass up. So I understand.
Absolutely.
Can't play Mario on the PlayStation 3. Maybe it has something to do with that. But it probably doesn't.
PS3 now with more Mario.
What's your favorite Mario game?
Well, I made a reel today about the OG trilogy, 1, 2, and 3 on the NES. 2's the oddball. Super Mario 2 for the NES is the oddball. It was, I remember it being pretty fun when it came out for sure. Like totally different. Even nowadays, it's the black sheep for sure.
I just my favorite one too. I love that game. I think it's great because it's different.
Look, yeah, for sure. We've done this one, and I feel like just like a lot of bands have a good sweet spot of 2 or 3 records. Sometimes video games have the same thing. And I like to refer to it as, the Pinkerton of, Weezer's Pinkerton. Their second album was the weird one that, people like hated it when it came out, and then now they loved it. And
Super Mario Brothers 3 is the green album.
Right. But there's always like a band will have that first album, and then if they do it right, they'll have a second one that's like weird. I can't describe it any other way. But so Mario 2 kind of has that same vibe. Like, okay, this is a Mario game, but it is definitely different. And we've already discussed the fact that it's a reskin of a Famicom game, Doki Doki Panic. But the plus side was that Miyamoto worked on that game as well.
Yep.
And Koji Kondo for the music. So
yeah, help yourself.
Help yourself. It's Mario Madness. It says so on the box. I haven't played all the Mario games, so I can't really speak to it. But I mean, I like the NES games for sure. Mario 3 is one of the greats.
So I mean, look, how much time you got? 30 minutes. So I've played quite a few of the Mario games. At least one one of the mainline ones from every system, and so like Super Mario World was, man, like that game hit the Super Nintendo running.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it is really good, and I feel like Super Mario World, like some people love Super Mario. I feel like Super Mario World 2 is sort of the same thing as Super Mario Brothers 2, where it's like, we're gonna make this a second game, but it's gonna be really weird and different. But that
Yoshi,
yeah, and that that game sort of gave rise to Yoshi. And Yoshi gets this whole other, he gets a whole other thing going for him, and that was fine. I think the thing that stressed me out about that game is baby's crying, just it's really annoying.
For sure. That's why the Chaser does not have any children.
Yes, that's why Rad Chaser doesn't play Super Mario World 2.
But yeah, Mario World, that non-linear kind of gameplay, hidden exits, like you can go through it, but then you can go back through it and finish it, all the way.
Yeah, just 96 different ways to you get that complete 96, baby. They have that stretch of the Star Road levels or whatever that are all super challenging. I think it's super challenging. I don't know if you've ever watched any of the the Mario Impossible mods or whatever, but I mean those things are so difficult and require such precision that it's like, Miyamoto wouldn't dare make a game that difficult. And he made Super Mario Brothers 2, the original one that was, annoyingly difficult.
Are you talking about those like Mario Maker boards that people make? Yeah, I follow a guy. I can't remember his name, but I follow a guy who does them. I'm like, that's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, once you get them down, they're down. But I mean, how long does it take you to get it down?
Yeah, that's the
that's your life. It's all consuming. It's all consuming.
But if that's your bag, if you're just like, the video games were perfected with Super Mario Brothers, but I need more of a challenge, then there you go.
Super duper Mario Brothers.
Ultra Mario Brothers. And speaking of which, Mario 64 it brought our boy into the 3D era. Into the 3D era, Nintendo was pioneering, 3D space. No one knew how to make a game like that, and they got pretty darn close to perfection. I know when that game was being developed that Miyamoto's it's not even close to being finished. They're like, bro, this game is amazing. Like, we're running it. Like, you're too hard on yourself.
Pretty close to perfection and infinitely broken. Oh my God, have you seen these speedruns on these things? Have you seen as many glitches and things you can do in Mario 64?
Yeah, and look,
it's insane.
I mean, I think anyone can break a game if they try hard enough, but I mean, you gotta go through insane amounts of stuff to break that game. Like,
you're gonna break the game, you're so good.
And also, at that point, if you're trying to break the game like that, you've probably beaten it and gotten all of your entertainment out of it.
Oh, for sure. Listen.
And the casual gamer is not trying to break the game. They're just trying to get all the stars and follow the rules.
Right. Now, for all you habitual rule breakers out there, go watch some speedruns. Go watch the history of speedruns of Mario 64.
Oh yeah, it's insane. It's insane.
Mamma mia.
I mean, they do this. They do the same thing with Ocarina of Time, man. The way that these people just figure out how to break these games, it's pretty crazy.
Have you ever seen these people? They set up like an electronic drum kit to trigger all the. They play the game with a drum kit.
Yeah. It's just, this is all, we're already doing something that's super crazy. Like, let's just make it even more impossible by adding drums. Oh, I know. How about I do it blindfolded? And that's a thing that actually exists.
Yeah, the blindfolded speedruns, that's wild too. I've seen those. You have to do it by sound.
And they do it. They do it. It's the guy who has the world record right now just recently had one of his record attempts voided because he had a little webcam blip. So he kind of botched that run anyway, but then his next run he broke his record. So salute. Good for you there.
Man, I'm so bored. I want to figure out how to literally play this game blindfolded. I don't know if it's boredom. That's an obsession.
I love this game so much. I'm gonna play it blindfolded.
How do you think that starts? Do you say to yourself, God, I know everything there is about this game. I wonder if I could let me just see if I can finish the first part without looking at the screen. How do you think it starts?
I mean, I gotta say you're in the middle of playing the game and maybe you got another TV on and you're like watching something and you're just like,
you're distracted.
Yeah, right. And you're distracted. You're still like, maybe out of the corner of your eye and you're just like,
you still did it.
I haven't been looking at the screen for like 5 minutes now, or I haven't been looking at the screen for like 30. How long was I looking away from the screen? Who knows? Who knows how that goes?
Any blindfolded speedrunners out there care to chime in? Please let us know at the radchaser@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's. I think we should just make Chaser Brothers at gmail.com. Probably work.
Another email to deal with. Awesome. We'll let our team deal with that. Oh wait, we're the only two ones on here.
Yeah,
anybody interested in becoming a team member?
Just
email us at makethechaserbrothers@gmail.com and then email it.
Yeah, Outlook. Yeah, don't take chaserbrothers.com away from us, please, or whatever. I don't know. We're at Chaser Brothers at Fireside. I don't know. So, yeah, Mario 64 in the 3D space. Just about nailed it. they learned everything they could about making a 3D platformer like that. And for the Wii, I really liked Mario Sunshine. I don't care what anyone says. Some people don't love that game as much as they, maybe love Mario 64, but I feel like it's better in every respect. So help yourself
GameCube?
there. Yeah, GameCube.
Okay. Said Wii. I thought I meant GameCube.
My mistake. It uses the same architecture as a GameCube. Jot that down.
It's actually not the Wii. It's on the GameCube in the same way that the family robot is called the Famicom robot, not Rob.
You're watching you're listening to a man come unraveled at the seams here in real time, folks. Man, that really just bugged you, didn't it? You've been saying that once a day all week.
It's giving me a good lull.
I was just laughing. I was like, actually, is the I say That's how I talk to Rad Dog of Cheese. I go It's actually
right.
The family computer robot. It's not called Rob over there.
Whatever feeling it's given me, it's definitely it's good for a laugh.
You ever play Mario RPG?
I haven't played that one either. I fell off. I fell off on 64. I don't even think I ever had a 64. The only thing I played on 64 was a lot of GoldenEye.
I like that I bought you a GameCube for my birthday, and you're only just now being like, man, I gotta get a memory card for this thing.
Right. I'm sure it came with one. There's the sticker that you put for the label on the memory card in the. Yeah, I have it CIB still. So that's there, but there's no card.
Is it really CIB? It's missing.
Because
it's missing the memory card.
Well, it was also missing the controller, so I don't know where that got off to either.
For crying out, Clavin.
Right. Well, I went to Gamers Inc. in Orlando and got myself a nice replacement, a suitable replacement controller, and now I have, I have 4 controllers now because the kiosk has 2 controllers on it, and you got me a Wavebird in addition to the GameCube, I reckon. So I got a crispy Wavebird. Those babies are a little pricey.
Yeah,
I'll run you about $80, $90.
You can buy a PS5 controller for the price they're charging for the Wavebird, man.
It's the little dongle thingy that's the expensive part.
Yeah, it always is. It's not this part. It's that. It's not the thing that connects to the bottom of the GameCube. It's the disc, which I have. I don't have the bottom anymore.
Dongle.
I just go get myself the bottom part of the Game Boy player because I'm sure I could find that for a reasonable price. Just have one. I don't have any Game Boy Advance games to play on it.
I have a whole cadre of them, so if you're interested, we can arrange a little something.
Oh,
Don't you worry.
Yeah, we'll get the Game Boy player fired up, and if you got a copy of Metroid Fusion or Zero Mission, I'll sit there and play it.
What I want to do is...
What do you want to do?
Well, speaking of Metroid Fusion, because I have Prime, you can connect Fusion if you can connect it to if you have a copy of it, you can connect to it, and you can get the suit from Fusion on Prime on the GameCube.
Which is a funny bonus, but then also it's like, but it's a 3D, it's a first person shooter, so you don't really ever get to see the suit, which always kind of made me laugh. It's like, oh, cool, the Fusion suit's on her. Oh, right.
Nobody can see it except for the enemies when they're getting blasted.
Yeah, as a mature adult, I can take solace in the fact well, I know that it's there. So
sure. Yeah. So anyway, look, I'll spare you the details of which Mario games I have played by telling you which one. Well, haven't by saying which ones I have. Really, it's only been Mario Party, Mario Kart. I haven't played Sunshine or Odyssey. I haven't played new Super Mario Brothers stuff. A whole bunch of nothing. For a guy who has a video game channel, I've played a surprisingly low amount of main main things that you should have already played.
I wonder if people will listening to be like, "You're a video game channel." I thought this was like a channel about collecting stuff because I definitely don't ever see you playing anything.
No.
I gotta get Darth. I gotta get Darth on there. He doesn't take as long to say no. What I need to do is I need to put a beep on there so I can bleep it. So that's fine. You get to hear Flipper twice in one night.
A lot of channels. I've noticed the same thing too. There's quite a few video game channels I watch where they don't really actually play any video games, and they go out and chase. And it is a chasing channel, yes.
But also follow this channel.
Chase the channel. Chase the chasing channel.
No, I mean you can follow the other channel too, but tell them like, oh, you guys, I bet you guys would love Rad Chaser, because they would.
They will.
You will love.
So right. So yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Twitch is like to watch people play video games. Let's do Twitch. We could set one up and do that if we wanted to, actually play the games.
Yeah, I'd be playing Monster Hunter. I still gotta go buy a copy of Monster Hunter, but it's.
But
I love your Twitch channels. You play for 1, maybe 2 hours once a week, sometimes.
That's about all I can take of it.
Yeah, please subscribe.
Look, that's it. You don't have to do it all the time. You just do it once a week. So you would go with Monster Hunter. I would probably go with. There's a lot of games that I would probably stream on Twitch. One is popping out in my head immediately. It is the critically acclaimed, massively multiplayer online RPG, Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah.
I would definitely stream that game if I had to pick one. There's a lot of games to choose from, but I would do that one. I think I would do that one.
Oh,
I think I would.
I'm sorry.
I hope I would.
I wasn't paying attention. What was the name of that game again?
It's the I forgot. It's the critically acclaimed, massively multiplayer online RPG, Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah, there you go. It's got
Nice.
a long name.
Got some fanfare. I just call it the game.
Yeah, it is.
Anyone who knows me, I go, I'm just playing the game.
Just playing the
It's got the game on.
And if you're playing the game, loser, you've lost. So
You just lost.
sorry.
As did I. As did you.
Sorry, you lost.
about
Sorry. I'm so sorry that you lost.
But you told me you would let me win. And I was okay with that for some reason. No fun in that. Can you just let me win? How long? I'll let you win a couple to get up to speed. Forever. Okay.
Hey, we don't.
How does everyone win? Aren't you bored of that? Aren't you bored of letting somebody win? What's the fun part for you? I guess seeing the delight of the next generation of your own progeny taking an interest in something that you also have an interest in. I could see that.
Yeah, I look. As far as a video game is concerned, it's, do I want this to be a positive experience or a negative experience? And so, you're gonna have a negative experience if you're gonna have a negative experience. He gets a normal amount of mad when we crush him at Mario Party. Because we don't really ask him anymore if he wants to win or lose. But we did learn, with Bonesaw's kid that I was like, hey, we did this for Jensen. It worked for us. You should give it a try. Look, the problem is as adults can be real rule bound. Really enjoy the parameters of rules. So it's like, the thing is like, well, no, you're not doing it properly, so you're not enjoying the game. And it's like, well, enjoying it is relative. And,
Yeah.
you're not, you as an adult can enjoy the game, like the finer aspects of it, because the rules are there to make it work or whatever. So it's the rules are there to make you stay in a lane. But
Yeah.
a chess master isn't viciously obliterating his son when he wants to teach him how to play chess. He's going like
If he's Russian, he probably is. And drinking vodka. I mean, they're stone cold killers. I understand this. In chess.
Yes. And they're always drinking, apparently.
Sure. Those are the two things I know about Russia. Vodka and chess.
Yeah. I think that's the only two things Nintendo knew about Russia as well, because when they made Punch-Out, they named the character Vodka Drunkensky.
Quite right, Son Chaser. Quite right.
Which is pretty offensive. Soda Popinski is, first of all, that's a good name. Because Soda Popinski, it sounds Russian. It's stupid. He's clearly drinking a bottle of hooch, and you can see him get drunker. So it doesn't make any sense. But Soda Popinski, that's a good name.
It's a fun name. It's a cool name. And roll right. Again, it's like, Nintendo of America doesn't want anything at all. They want clean games. So, and they don't want religion in their games. Don't even try. Don't even try.
No religion?
No, none at all. I was gonna say something about the.
It's hard to imagine.
You try.
Well, it's easy if you try.
If you want to harden the kid up, God forbid he starts getting into something like Call of Duty, where he's playing online against other people who are better. There's not a doubt about it. That'll be the day. That'll be the day we all become men. I've gotten pummeled by people.
I'm fascinated with your obsession of having to get harden up. What does it even mean? Like, because I feel like in your mind it's like, well, you have to get used to people being mean to you so that when they are mean to you, that you can go like, oh, whatever.
No, you have to fire back with something even worse. Haven't you ever been online, bro?
Look, I
Wild
really,
West.
I really honestly feel like well-adjusted people go, ooh, yeah, this is not for me. I am this is definitely not fun for me. I don't want to be playing with these kind of people. I'm out.
Look, I go into. I mean, I don't always play a Call of Duty or a game like that, but when I do, I go into it saying, "Well, I'm gonna die for sure." Over and over and over, but I'll hang out. I'll figure it out. I'll drag the rest of the team's stats down. I think they do place you. I think they sort of place you though, according to how whatever like rank or however good you are, whatever. So you're not totally getting killed by top tier people, but
yeah. I mean, it's they sort of generally do a thing where it's like you have overall experience, so like based on that, they sort of put you in like whatever. But if you're playing ranked, that's it varies. If you keep winning, you keep getting you keep climbing higher up in the rank. You are playing against equally ranked people, so if you win, you start to rank up, and if you don't, then you're still playing against other chumps.
Right. You think Mike Tyson from Punch-Out cares about anything other than your finger speed?
I have tremendous finger speed. Okay, so jot that down.
Yeah.
And also,
and Mario.
Also, he's belittling a man 1/3 his size, and saying like that those aren't fists.
Literally has little in his name.
It doesn't feel like you're hitting me with fists. It feels like you're poking me with fingers. Oh, your finger speed is amazing. Even after you beat him, he's still ripping on you.
Right.
That was always my read on it anyway.
Mario, famously the referee in that game.
Yeah, there you go. It's bottom line time now. We barely talked
Bottom
about Mario.
Bottom line. Do we have a bottom line music? No.
No. Listen, bottom line here is Chaser Brothers After Dark. It is a different show, and so we're gonna get to the level where it's we're not gonna start releasing we're gonna start releasing the podcast later on Mondays. Today you're getting it really late because we couldn't do it because I had to go to IKEA today. Which I didn't even get to talk about that, but I did to buy another shelf because I'm being crushed by all the Nintendo powers I've been acquiring, and they need a new place.
Feels nice.
Oh yeah, it's stuff, baby, and it's getting. I'm running out of BCW backs and boards. I'm gonna have to order some more here, so I can bag up.
It's gonna have to start utilizing the upward space in the old office there.
Yeah, so that my second bottom line is bag up. Always bag up. Keep that stuff nice for times to come.
Yeah.
Look. My bottom line about Mario games is the mainline ones are always great. They're great 3D platformers. The role playing games are hit and miss. Mario RPG is good as a baby's first RPG. It is funny. Paper Mario seems to be Thousand Year Door is the one to play. They released that on Switch, so now you don't have to buy a copy of the $1,000 game to play the $1,000 game. Just get it on Switch. That works there. New Super Mario Brothers Wii was really fun if you were playing with a gang of 4 because you're all playing at the same time and you can all jump on each other and it's hilarious. They got rid of that functionality in the newer version of the game, which is just dumb. That was the best part, is just purposely killing each other to advance through the stage. Only one needs to get to the end of the stage in order to do that. So there you go.
Oh, it's not like a cute little, we jump and bounce off them. It's like they take damage.
No, like it's you stall their jump by jumping on top of them, which generally ends up causing someone to fall into a pit. But the thing is, like, as soon as someone falls into a pit, they get encapsulated.
An extra life.
They get encapsulated in a floating bubble, and you have to pop the bubble to bring them back into place. So if everyone dies, like if everyone's in the bubble, then that's everyone loses a life. But those new Mario games it's so hard to get a game over in those games anymore. So it's like, I kind of feel like video games are doing away with that by auto saving and
yeah.
And that's the thing. Like I was playing Dragon Quest last night, and I kept dying over and over again. And the thing is, like, if you just restart from your autosave, it's like, you get to try again. Oh, you get to try again. After about 3 or 4 times, I was like, I'm going to try running away from this enemy. And, yeah. It asks you, it'll even ask you if you just want to, if you're fighting like a mini boss or whatever, it'll ask you if you just want to restart the battle. Yeah.
If you die.
Have a rematch. And
keep all your gold. Don't lose half your money. Don't start from back at the castle. Just restart. It's fine.
And
I like it. You know what? I'm lazy now. I've said this. I mean, it's fine. I'd rather do that. I mean, it's a natural evolution of games, where it's like it's a quality of life thing. It's like if you're gonna get so fed up with it, you're like, well, I'm not doing all that over again. People don't really know the loss of having to do 30 minutes or an hour of stuff over again.
Yeah, and this is a perfect parable for the whole notion of letting this person win. It's like, are you having a positive experience or a negative experience? Can I think back to how many times where I've like died in a game and I've went, God damn it, I have to go back and redo like 3 hours worth of work. it doesn't take you nearly as long the second time because you're just blasting through it or whatever. And it's like, I do hate that frustration. I've had to do it many times in my life.
Yeah.
Now so much is like, crap, I died. Now I got to start over. Crap, I died. There's no
fiddlesticks.
There's no consequences, but I'm still having a good time. All I thought about was like, man, if I was playing this on the NES, I would not be having a good time right now.
So I guess in a way, the game letting you do that is asking you if you want to let you win.
Yeah. And
that's us saying yes. So I guess we're no different than the 7-year-old.
Yeah. So the whole thing about getting hard is irrelevant.
I suppose I'll be eating my hat now.
Listen, hard bodies. That's what we got. That's what we're aiming for.
Yeah.
Getting down in your pounds.
Underneath this dad bod, there is a slightly thinner dad bod.
A rad bod.
Ooh, nice one, son of Chaser. I'm gonna say that might be my bottom line. I'm gonna try to. It's summer's coming, and it's gonna be the summer of Chaser, and that's gonna entail having to have this frame. It's gonna have to be an A frame. It's gonna be an A1 tip top shape.
Yeah.
Okay.
No muscles on the top, childbirthing hips on the bottom, man boobs.
Yep.
A+.
That's what I was picturing.
You mean a reverse A, which is a V.
V body. V nice. Like, hard bodies are out. Dad bods are in anyway. It doesn't matter. All you got to do is, look cool.
Yeah, and not to show you how the sausage is made too much here, but I'm at the point in my life where I want to live for as long as possible. So I need to take things into consideration.
Yeah.
You know what's badass? Yeah. Being alive.
Sausage. All right. So bottom line for me, Mario's cool. Mario's 40 years old. He's a middle-aged man now.
He's the dude. He's entering his second act.
I need to play more Mario games. And I think that's about it. That's about all we talked about. And the PS3 had an update. Something to do with something.
You're on a GameCube thing. I recommend, if you can find a copy of Mario Sunshine for a reasonable price, that you pick that up and buy it. It's a good game.
I will take that in a note. It is on the user-generated list generated by fabulous listeners like you, if you're still around.
Yeah, or if you can find a reasonably priced copy of Paper Mario: 1,000-Year Door, play that one.
Well, it is gone down in price. You said so yourself in the video that we have coming out when we went to Cybertron.
Yeah, so that's it. Mario's also been in a bunch of other stuff, like Mario Strikers, which is really fun. I'm the son of Rad Chaser, and until next time, Rad.
Until next, and until next time, my beautiful chasers, please, 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 continue to chase them.
Rat Chaser.